Your side of politics says that Raila Odinga is the cause of the challenges that you're witnessing, that the runway public debt is because of this administration. And in that press conference, starting side by side with Musalia Mudavadi, is Kenya's deputy president since 2013. How should Kenyans read that statement?
That statement was trying to reflect the current situation at the moment. And public debt, as Kenya Kwanza says, it is a very critical component that is going to form part of the agenda of this election. Before the handshake, the public debt at that time, we are told it was around 4.5 trillion, okay? And post-handshake, the government went into excessive borrowing because it had gotten a suitable compromised partner in the form of ODM in the National Assembly. In 2019, we passed a motion in Parliament putting a ceiling of public debt to around 9 trillion, okay? But as we speak right now, and that, by the way, that 9 trillion was supposed to go beyond 2022. That's what we passed in 2019.
It was supposed to be June 2024.
Yes, actually June 2024, you're right. But looking at the excessive borrowing that the government has subjected to Kenyans post-handshake, it is like that handshake was an open check for the government to borrow anyhowly, and this is subjecting Kenyans to a lot of torture. And it has reflected in terms of the inflation rates that have gone very high, and as such, they've increased the cost of living. As we speak right now, Sam, we are told the government is bringing another motion in Parliament to extend that ceiling of borrowing. In many jurisdictions where we have the growing economy like Kenya, the rule of thumb is it's supposed to be 50% of the GDP in terms of public debt. When Kibaki left the government, the borrowing at that particular time was around 40–45% of the GDP. But as we speak right now, the Jubilee government, particularly after the handshake, the ratio of public borrowing the GDP is almost 100%. So
how do you attribute that challenge to Raila Odinga?
Now, let me come to that. Raila Odinga was leading the opposition side. Ordinarily, they are supposed to provide oversight of the government, like things like excessive borrowing. But when you come to the floor of the House, where you find the majority side and the minority side, all of them are skewed towards the government side. How do you provide oversight? He ran away from his position of providing oversight. Some of us were kicked out from the leadership positions. When you come to the floor of the House now, Sam, the problem we have in Parliament, the House Business Committee that is supposed to run the day-to-day operations of Parliament does not reflect the reality on the floor. It's only the majority and minority are skewed one side, whereby they bulldoze the government activities, and that's where the problem is. So we don't have proper oversight. So Raila Odinga, after running away and going towards the government, they went to bed with government. So the element of oversight was lacking.
Okay, I'll get back to you, but Honorable...
Is it oversight or numbers?
Sorry?
I think there's confusion here.
No,
we are talking oversight or numbers.
I'll get back to you.